And then finally, guys, our guest today is Lindsay and Wyatt. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining in.
Yes.
What's going on? Thanks for having us on.
Awesome. Such a pleasure. This is actually so weird. I just have to share this story with you guys quick. About 2 weeks ago, Martin said to me he's going to get Wyatt and Lindsay to come on. There's a chance, this whole story. And I was like, wait, is that the guy that plays drums? Because I was actually watching, and this is a legit story. I was actually watching a video of you covering Machine Gun Kelly. And I said to him, I sent him a screenshot. I'm like, this guy? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, never. So I just want to take the time. I want to take the time to say thank you for you guys taking time to be on our podcast. It's such a huge honor to have you on. And no complaints up to now?
No, actually, you know what's kind of weird too has been like what we found was we moved into a street and a place that was like a pocket of like kind of similar minded people, just from the standpoint of like
cool.
there's a lot of artists in this neighborhood, and like there's a lot of different paths being walked from the mainstream around us to begin with, which was really refreshing because we kind of felt like we found like this little bubble of like where we were kind of supposed to end up is what it felt like. And because of that, like all the neighbors, they're really understanding about it. Like some of the neighbors I'm now teaching drums, so stuff like that worked out. So yeah, it's pretty chill. All the neighbors are really chill about it. I just make sure that like I only drum for a few hours a day on the acoustic kit ever, and then I do my best to stick to the electric kit. And then when I'm on the acoustic kit, I just make sure that it's like regular work hours. Although, you know, COVID's got everybody at home, so I guess all hours are people at home these days. But when they go back to work, it'll be a lot easier. They'll probably never even hear it anymore because they'll be gone when I'm doing it. Because I don't drum before 10 a.m. I don't drum after like 4 p.m. So
Cool. Yeah. So once people are back to normal hours, they won't even notice you playing drums there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah, okay, well, cool. They might even like it. They might be like, we miss it. Shit.
Dude, yeah, you know what? There's been a few times we've been out for walks and stuff, and people have been like, "Hey, it's the drummer!"
Yeah.
Like, man.
Like, Wyatt, please, can you start playing drums at night?
Yeah.
In this grinding times, what was like a real challenge to you? Like, were there times where you thought, I can't keep this up? Or what was the thing what times was difficult to you? You understand what I mean? In
for sure. Lindsay and I both actually at this time were getting up the same time. We just lived separately, but we were doing it together. So having her be able to text at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and know that there's this one person who's got my back really helped me get through a lot of it. But the biggest issues that both of us kept coming to, that's why I brought her into it, because I know that she had the same struggles, was just the burnout, man.
Yeah, we want to know about how is the baby ghost doing, Lindsay?
Oh, yes.
Look at Wyatt.
It's when I say that, but I'm convinced this house is over 100 years old.
Okay.
Like
That doesn't mean there's a ghost.
Wait. Lindsay, take me from the start of the baby ghost story.
All right, yeah, tell us the story.
Tell us the story.
The start is us just sleeping in bed one morning. Our bed's back there, and we have a loft upstairs, which is like my area. Like all my sewing machines are there. It's all my stuff.
Okay.
So one day we're sleeping, and all we hear is this crazy like clattering / like bang on our stairs. And so we're both like kind of freaked out. Like the sun's barely up. We're like, okay, we got to go see what this bang was. Like I was afraid. Like we left the door unlocked that night. It was like, I hope nobody's in here. So we walk upstairs, or I do by myself. I went upstairs, and I saw that one of my pictures that is normally hanging on the wall in the loft had like fallen down, turned a corner, and tumbled all the way down the stairs onto the landing. And so I picked it up and I went upstairs and I looked at where I had hung it. And to me, it made literally 0 sense how it had traveled that far by itself in the middle of the night when everything's quiet, and it just somehow like turned a corner by itself. So then I was like, okay, that's weird. I wonder what's up with this house. So I started Googling around, reading like different, like our town's library. Basically, I went onto their archives on their website and I was just reading all this different stuff. And I found this old PDF of what was like a phone book, but before they had phones. So it was basically just like a listing of every address in the town and who lived at the house.
And also, Wyatt, do you believe in aliens, my friend?
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Oh.
So I saw you said you had a sighting, but at a younger age.
Yeah, so there was two actually.
Two.
One of them I was sure was an alien. Well, not an alien. It was a UFO because I never saw no beings or nothing. One of them for sure was. I'll tell the not so cool one because it could have been anything. And later on, we think we did figure out it was something else. So I was chilling with my brother in my like parents' like third house or whatever, growing up kind of thing. And we were in his bedroom, and he had a TV set up, and we were watching anime. And we were right in the middle of an anime, and he like leaps up out of his chair, like boom. You know how you stand up and the chair goes flying? He pulled one of those, like the chair went back, and it startled the hell out of me. I was like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he points out the window, and I was like, so I look out the window, and then we saw this like triangle formation of these three like almost like orangish yellow, sort of glowing, like fiery looking like triangles in the sky. It was like a triangle with these three orbs is what it looked like. That created the triangle. And it was moving off away from our house, and it was getting further away. So my dad, who was like a huge, big time into the idea of UFOs and like aliens and all that, he like listens to a ton of conspiracy podcasts, and he's in all that kind of stuff. So we run downstairs, and he like telepathically knew what was happening, I guess, because we're like, down, the window, down, the window, down, the window, down, the window. Yeah. And he runs across the house, knocks over a table, runs across the house because he wants to see what's up, because he knows what we're talking about. Yeah. And he saw it, and there was this three orb thing flying off into the distance, right? That was one. That wasn't.
Is that the one you could figure out? What did you?
That one might have been something else, because we then, I guess I wasn't there for it, but like my parents still live in that house, and like years later, they saw something similar to the idea, but it actually turned out to be some kind of lantern ceremony back in the field behind where it was that this was all taking place, and it totally could have been. It totally could have been just lanterns being released. The way it moved, though, like the speed of it, in my mind, didn't look like that, but it totally could have been that.
Well, so because the lantern basically hovers.
And were they synchronized, though?
They were synchronized, but they were kind of in the way that they were going. It could have just been the wind taking the things. Because my dad sent me a video of the lanterns, and he's like, totally could have been this. And I was like,
only three lanterns? Wouldn't they put more if it's a ceremony?
Yeah, you know,
it was a very lonely ceremony, Lindsay.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I don't know. That could have been it.
And the second one?
I'm not sure. And the second one happened first.
So my next question, just to get back, almost finalizing this, is where do you see your YouTube channel in another? Because I went from 2018 to 2021, so in another 3 years. What's your plans? What's your goals? Where do you see it going?
I'm starting to back off the YouTube channel and use it more as like, okay, so I have goals that are outside of the channel, but they're very correlated with the channel. So it's not that I will be ever stopping the channel. The channel will always be a part of what I do and like creating, and like, it's a huge, huge part of me and always will be. But personally, like, I've been learning guitar, and I'm starting vocal lessons, and then of course I have the drums figured out. I'm doing all three of those because I want to get to the point where I start releasing my own music. So the channel itself is going to be the platform in which I can do that in the future.
So thanks, guys. Thank you for coming on. It's been such a pleasure. Everyone, please go look at Wyatt's channel. It's an amazing channel. I thought at the beginning it was just drumming. I got into your whole cover, what do you call it, reaction videos, I'll say, to the music. And actually that's become my favorite. I love it. I can't stop watching it. So people, give them a follow. Please give us a follow. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Casting Bros. It's awesome having you on, Wyatt. I hope we can do it soon again. And thank you for everything.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Awesome. Thanks guys.
We'll be right back.